Okay, in this video we're going to go over some tips for success and just kind of wrap things up and help you solidify everything, just kind of how the process should work. Now, as you've seen, this process is incredibly simple, and you shouldn't be, don't be fooled by the simplicity. I think you understand that if you were to actually do this for 30 days straight, for 60 days straight, for 90 days straight, this stuff adds up. I mean, every page or every article that you create is going to generate traffic. So even if every article only generates 5 visitors a day, 100 articles, 100 pages on your site is going to be 500 unique visitors a day. And you will probably hit that way before 100 pieces of content, but you just need to change how you think. 100 pieces of content, especially in this format, these articles are extremely easy to write. You can just do a search in Google, find an article to model your article off of. You don't copy it, obviously, but you get to the point where you can churn out 2 to 3 articles in your 1 hour of working on this process each day. And the results are going to add up fast at some point. They just kind of snowball. For me, the sweet spot is right around 50 to 60 pages. You'll just really start to see an increase in your overall rankings. I am going to go over some backlinking, completely white hat, very safe backlinking methods. It's a slower process than some of the blog networks, but again, BMR closed the other day, and you just can't risk using those type of links anymore. It's totally not worth it. You're much better to use just completely white hat backlinking methods and see results over a few months instead of a few weeks, but these results are going to stick around and keep you at the top of the rankings, and you don't have to worry about Google trying to figure out what you've done to get there. They'll see that it's completely natural, and you won't incur any penalties that way. So anyways, as far as doing the work, the number one tip that I have for you, at least for the first 30 days, only work on this 60 minutes a day. And I kind of went over that in an earlier video. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. Because this process is so deceptively simple and will work so well as long as you just hack at it every single day, the only goal you should set for yourself is 60 minutes a day. That's it. Because that's small enough that it's just easily doable to your subconscious mind or whatever's inside of us that makes us resist doing the things that will work. And I know you know what I mean by that. 60 minutes a day is something you can force yourself to do every day. So don't put more on your plate or tell yourself, I'm going to do this 2 or 3 hours a day, because you'll start missing days if your goal is to do 5 or 6 articles a day. 60 minutes a day and you're done. That's it. The next thing is to commit to a schedule that you can follow, either 5 or 6 days a week. You can commit to 7 days a week, but it's safer and it's better for your your subconscious mind, or just your self-confidence or your ability to control yourself. It's better to set a goal and give yourself a little leeway. So I would say at the most, set a goal to do this at least 6 days a week. Now, once you set the number of days that you're going to actually do this, do not miss a scheduled day, no matter what. It's incredibly bad for your capacity of self-control. And it's not like, you feel a lull in the universe if you miss a day. But psychologically, that's the worst thing you can do. Whatever you set your goal as, do not miss a day. 60 minutes a day, that's all you have to do. But do not miss a day that you've scheduled to do this. Now, what I highly recommend you do is you wake up an hour earlier than you normally do, and you do it before you open your email or do anything else. Do not sit down and open CNN. Do not sit down and open Yahoo, or that's the stuff I do. MMA sites. I don't know what you're interested in, obviously. Do not open any browser windows write your 1 or 2 articles, whatever, 60 minutes, just 60 minutes. That's the bottom line. Sit down, 60 minutes of work on this before you open your email or anything else, and then you've done something highly productive each day, no matter what else happens. You might have a video game attack at 9 a.m., but luckily at 7 or 8 o'clock you woke up and already did an hour of productive work. So that's my number one recommendation. Never ever miss a scheduled day, and do it before you do anything else. Okay, now this is a big thing. This will make the entire process easy. Again, you want a method that you can sit down and dive into immediately, and that's what I like so much about doing this. And this tip right here helps you be able to do that. Spend one day each week planning out your keywords for the week. So, I mean, you can do this a month ahead of time, or I would say a week. It's just easier that way, because finding, if you find 3 keywords per article, a high, medium, and a low, and you have 6 articles you're going to do in a week, that's 18 keywords you need to find. And they'll be easy to find in groups of 3, obviously, because it's based around the same keyword per article. But find a week's worth of keywords and plan out your article titles a week in advance. And that way, every morning or whenever your hour is to do this, you can sit down and know what you're going to hammer out, what your articles are. Now, if you've gotten to the point where you can do 2 or 3 in an hour, you obviously need to find that many keywords worth, that many articles worth of keywords. So that's an easy way to stay motivated and know exactly what you're going to do ahead of time. If you've read the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey proposes that the most effective window of time to think about in terms of planning is a week at a time, not daily. He says that planning daily is just a schedule or a recipe for overwhelming yourself, and then that turning into procrastination. So schedule things a week in advance. Okay, now the last tip is, do not try and reinvent the wheel. When you need to write an article, search Google for your same keyword, find one that you like or that gives you ideas, and model yours after it. You obviously don't copy it. That would be very stupid. Just give it your own twist, your spin, your own flavor, whatever you want to call it. But what you'll find is that, at least what happens with me, I've written, I have no idea, probably thousands of articles at this point, thousands and thousands of pages of content over on my sites. It's like everything else. It's a skill that you'll get really good at. So I still, when I'm writing an article, I look up something to just get ideas, and by the end, they're nowhere close to each other. You would never think it's from, I modeled it off this article, or you wouldn't know. But it's just an easy way to inject ideas into your brain so that you can just write and hammer out articles. So don't be too hard on yourself. If you can only write 3/4 or a half of an article in an hour when you start out, I would cut that off at 60 minutes and finish the article the next day. But if you will do this 30 days straight, you will get to the point where you can do at least 1 article in an hour, if not 2 or 3. So those are my tips for making this work the most effectively. And in the last video, the bonus video, I'm going to give you some very reliable white hat SEO methods that will, it's another traffic generation technique in and of itself. You'll see what I mean in the next video.